What's up guys, this is Erkin from HDD Recovery Services. It's been a really long time since I've been making these videos on a regular basis, and I'm just getting back to it. The channel is gonna get live again, and the content will be pouring in. This package came from April. It's a really interesting case for two reasons. Reason number one is that April actually sent it to us on the around the time when we were moving. So the package arrived at our old location after we already moved into this new place. And the new tenant who took over my old office was not there constantly. So with the tracking, I could see that it was brought to the post office and then it sat there for almost a month. Eventually it started to move along and it got delivered, but it got delivered with like a $700 COD slip, okay, which is crazy because the value for the duty and taxes and stuff like that would have to be astronomical. So the package, I consulted with the client. She obviously did not want to cover the cost of the duty, and she only declared the device for like 20 bucks or something, so it was definitely a mistake from the post office at some point. So the unit got sent back. She said, I'll resend it back to you guys once I receive it. So she sent it back once she got the package after it was refused, and now we finally received it yesterday. I had a look at it. The connector was clearly broken, so I cut all of the old headers and removed the connector from the board, thinking that it's just a simple connector repair. I flipped the connector upside down. I'll show you guys once I get the scope view. It was missing a couple of capacitors near the controller. So not to guess what they are, I went, opened up one of the boxes that I keep all my previously worked stuff, and I found a similar matching board from the case that we've done in the past that had the exact same design and exact same parts, right? So we're gonna use that as a donor. I took those capacitors off of a donor and I placed them onto the patient. I redid the connector on the patient, and it's still not working. The only thing that is left, I mean, I've looked at it underneath the microscope, and I don't know if you're gonna see it if I show it to you this way. I don't know if that's visible, but in the scope you will see it. The board does seem to be slightly crooked. I mean, it's a multi-layer PCB. There might be some sort of damage on the internal layers that we can't really spot through the outside. The only thing that is alike here is the PCB design. Okay, so we're using core PCB design with all of the resistors and capacitors on it as a platform to move controller and the memory chip together because they work in a relationship. So let's get this underneath the microscope, remove the chips, clean everything up, prepare the boards, and do the swap. I don't know if we went over my setup before, but I use FR802 for small rework to keep this nozzle on there all the time. That's what I'm gonna use most likely to transplant those little capacitors. And I use the FR803 for bigger stuff because I keep the BGA nozzle on there. Yeah, so the D stands for the donor, and the B, I guess it stands for broken or something along those lines. All right, so let's get it going. this is what the original board looked like. As you can see, it's slightly curved. There are these little spheres on the pads. Those spheres have to be more distinct, and you can see that they, because of the chip removal, they became uneven. Some of them might have gotten them smudged together, and that's why some appear to be bigger. We're gonna get that all cleaned up. Gonna go ahead and get this surface nice and even and flat. And the same thing with the board itself. Now that it's all set in place, we're just gonna start heating it up. So this is what the final product will look like. All of these spheres are now even and ready for mounting. Look at that. So that was another successful recovery. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. If you found yourself in an unfortunate situation where you similarly lost your information on a flash drive, memory card, or any other type of digital media device, feel free to check out the description box below. All of the contact details, phone numbers, etc., will be in there. Thank you very much once again for watching this episode. I'll see you guys in the next one, and subscribe and like if you haven't already. This channel is all about data recovery subjects, so if you're interested in that, it's a place to be. See you next time.
Ryan Litzel.